out of the ordinary in your manipulation of the account.
Right, but somebody actually broke into my account and used it, and they bought those things.
Yeah, like in your case, it was something that was out of the ordinary.
So
They
banks
usually
get
follow
break-
patterns.
So.
Now, for example, in my bank, I can actually set off messages when something happens that's out of the ordinary. They send me a message.
So if banks are spending all that money on their security, then they still get broken into, so I guess we are doomed.
Well, no, they don't get that much broken into. They have a lot of, they do invest a lot of security. They don't get that much broken into.
I guess they're more under attack than anybody else.
Yes, yes, they are much more under attack because, well, the payoff is bigger.
One thing that I find interesting is some financial institutions don't let you set proper passwords. T. Rowe Price in particular limits your passwords to either 8 or 10 characters,
Right.
which is ridiculous. I mean, you can just let it be longer and hash it. But, and I forget, the credit card, the Fiat Card Services who used to manage Huntington credit cards limited it to, I think, 8 characters for passwords, which is ridiculous.
My bank, I think on my account, I have 16 character password.
I have 16 character passwords on every account where it's allowed to be that long. It's generated by a hash algorithm. I can do it in my head based off stuff I see on the page, so it's unique, but easy. But banks are the only ones I've run into that limit my password length.
Well, some more than others, yeah.
And I guess I don't understand that.
No, I don't either. There are some banks which are more foolhardy than others.
What's interesting though is a lot of banks now have been, to get around like the phishing problem, or to try to get around it rather, they're putting up like a picture with a phrase that you set. So you can be like, oh, this is the right website because it has my picture and my phrase.
And my credit card company does that.
So does my bank. But my bank also does another piece of identification. Either ask me, after I log in, they either ask me one identification question, or they check to make sure that I already used that computer and told them that that computer is safe.
Yeah, that's what my bank does too.
That's what mine does, and one of the security questions was what are the last 4 digits of your social security number. Turns out I entered that wrong the first time when I created the account. It became very difficult to get into my bank account very quickly.
You usually have to call them when that happens.
Yeah. They were not amused.
Yeah, I've had that happen. That kind of thing happen to me too.
As everyone sees, there are lots of pitfalls even if you're doing all the right things.
Speaking of
Yeah, but actually back in my home country, what they do is they ask you a random question from your credit history. And that is pretty bad. For example, when was your last payment on your so-and-so account?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I usually have to log into the account to see that.
The questions I found most ridiculous on the security, when they ask you your credit report questions, like where did you live between 2005 and 2007, the things that's so easy to look up, or what kind of car you owned between 2002 and 2003, and those things you can look up really easy online and just use those. It's not very hard to find out.
Well, you remember that there was a guy who actually hacked into this presidential candidate's account? What was her name? Huh?
Yeah, Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin, yes. You know how he did it?
How did I not hear about this?
Yes, he just simply went into her email account.
Yeah.
Tried to log in, said, I don't know the password. So he got sent to answer the questions they had for the account. He just looked them up.
Yeah, and then like 1,500 of her emails got leaked to the press or something like that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
So there's another example of social engineering right there.
yeah,
An example of a case where it was very possible is Mike Romeo was doing, he had to do something for a background check for a job or something, and he called them, and they were supposed to confirm like his birthday and a few other things. They just read off, is this your birthday, is this your address? And he just said yes, and they let him in. If there's anyone else, they could just say yes.
So other questions that, what was your high school, or what was your favorite pet's name, or what music do you like? And people go into Facebook and they list those things, and
Yep.
That's just why you just make a random answer to the question to begin with.
My problem with those is it's either really insecure, or if I pick a random answer, I won't remember what I said.
right, well, we're trying to remember.
Well, it's a level and security above what was your mother's maiden last name.
Well, in the ACM's account, the account you have to log in for filing annual reports,
Oh, yeah,
I couldn't remember our password, so I tried to do a password reset. The security question
They
was,
do
what's the
stuff- they do
passcode?
that stuff.
You know,
What?
The security reset question for the ACM web account that we use for filing the annual report, it isn't anything that you could ever guess, it's what is the passcode?
Passcode.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone set like a password as the security question also. So if you don't know the password, you won't know that either.
it's not that.
Oh, you said you were gonna send me that.
Yes, I did. I should do that.
So any other questions? No? All right, that's all I have. Hope it was interesting and informative.
I said I'll go over some of these issues in the course next term.